These two former Filipino officials say it's time to stand up to the bully in the South China Sea. That bully, China's President Xi Jinping.
Over the years, China has declared that the South China Sea is its own lake. We thought that the fishermen deserved our attention.
Now it takes courage to hail a president of a powerful country before an international tribunal.
Former Foreign Secretary Albert de Rosario and former Ombudsman Carpio-Morales are asking the International Criminal Court to hold Xi, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, and Chinese Ambassador to the Philippines Zhao Jianhua accountable for what they call intentional, widespread, and systematic crimes against humanity. Specifically, at least 320,000 Filipino fishermen with livelihoods in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. Can you really constitute harassment of fishermen as a crime against humanity?
The Rome Statutes defines crime against humanity to include, among other things, persecuting an identifiable group, okay? And that's the fishermen, the Filipino fishermen. And the persecution is intentional, with knowledge on their part that they are persecuting this identifiable group.
The team is confident they have a strong case, claiming the ICC does have jurisdiction.
We are talking of a crime which occurred in the Philippines, within the Philippine territory. So we can fault anyone, a foreigner for that matter, whose country is not a member of the ICC. We can fault him criminally.
We thought that crimes against humanity would be the perfect fit for rescuing our fishermen from the problems that they find themselves in. What are these problems? Number one is you have they've lost their livelihood. Number two, their food has been diminished.
We are not helpless. Even if the Philippines does not meet the might of China, we are courageous enough to demand accountability from the president. They cannot do this ad infinitum. We have to stop this.
How are we to make this up to our people? Nobody has to go to jail. Nobody has to suffer. But let's say talk about compensation for our people. Make it a point to make sure that they're not prejudiced all over again.
Now, they may be the underdogs, but they do have one big win under their belt. That's the 2016 international arbitral ruling that found China's 9-dash claim illegal under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS. It's no coincidence that Del Rosario was one of the masterminds behind that monumental case at the Permanent Court of Arbitration at The Hague. Now, what's different here, of course, is the humanitarian and environmental angle and going after individuals rather than a country. Still, critics are skeptical that the ICC will take up the case, including President Rodrigo Duterte, who has said Del Rosario and Morales are entitled to file the case, but doubts it will move forward. It's important to note that the case was filed 2 days before the Philippines' withdrawal from the ICC took effect on March 17th. Meantime, China is not a state party to the Rome Statute, which created the ICC to prosecute war crimes and crimes against humanity. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo has said that this is a futile exercise, and a Chinese embassy official in Manila was quoted as saying that the case would not dampen bilateral relations and that it doesn't accurately reflect the belief of Filipinos.
It's fully our intention to consider running a survey. It's a good message to send if we can get the right results.
Morales, whose prior role was to prosecute corrupt officials in the Philippine government, isn't fazed by the detractors.
Well, we ask the people to have faith in us. We are not reckless. We said we did it for the benefit of our marginalized fishermen and for the Filipino as a whole.
And while none of this will deter China from building up its military installations in the China Sea, it is a rallying cry to Filipinos to stand up for their dignity and demand respect in the international community. These two hope their case will open the public's eyes to other ways of tackling Chinese encroachment amid the current administration's accommodating policy toward Beijing.
There are many people outside of the Philippines who are willing to help us, but they have to feel that we want to help ourselves.
In lieu of military might, this kind of creative tactic is what Filipinos may need to fight for themselves when no one else will.
We're hoping for a win. We think we have a very good position here, and we think that we should hold the three people that we mentioned answerable, that we should exact accountability from them, because we owe that to our people.
The ball is now in the ICC's court. Can the international rule of law prevent a fisheries collapse and ensure food and energy security in the South China Sea? We'll have to wait and see.